Hey everybody, happy Monday. It is the start of a new week. It's a little chill in the air. I think we're starting to make somewhat of a little bit of a turn. I do want to say, like, near the end of the week, we're still going to hit back up to 60. So be it. So anyway, happy Monday. I wanted to just jump right into this. I watched yesterday near the end of the night, sat in bed under the covers. I watched 4 vloggers. One of the vloggers I don't even follow anymore. I'm not even subscribed to his channel, but I wanted to get his view on it anyway. Bless their hearts. You know, I mean, it was an event that should have been in more planning. Perhaps you could have planned it for next year, because sure as hell didn't do nothing this year. But I mean, if they're going to have more parties down there a bit, God help you for spending your money. I mean, how much more money can you spend? I mean, really, and not have a good time. And the event that I'm talking about is the Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios. In a nutshell, absolutely sucked. If Disney wants to, you know, you only get, let's put it this way, you only get one shot to make a good impression in this world with anything. You walk into a room, if people don't know you, you want to give a good impression. You know, you want to give a lasting effect. You want to give them that wow moment, that, oh, what a nice thing, you know, oh, you know, that was really good, and have some more positive things to say about it. However, this sucked. It sucked. I watched 4 vloggers. Paige and Mr. Morrow, JoJo's World, who I don't even subscribe to anymore, but I wanted to get a soul, an honest, you know, a more of an opinion from somebody on the outside that I don't even associate with anymore. Diz Unlimited and Kevin Heimbach. I watched 4 of them in their entirety of Jollywood Nights. This was the opening to Jollywood Nights. And all 4 had basically the same thing to say. It wasn't good. And do not waste your money. I was like, wow, okay. And especially Disney, which I shouldn't really be surprised at all, with all the crap that's going on down in Disney World. And I'm not talking about Disneyland. We're not talking about Disneyland. So it's the, you know, it's not even, it has nothing to do with that park. But the Disney World, they just gave the QE4 report for the fiscal earnings of Disney. This was the final thing for the year 2023, and it sucked again in Disney World. The numbers are down again in these parks, and these are the biggest parks. Again, I'm not discussing Disneyland, so don't even mention that to me, because it has nothing to really do with it. Disneyland basically is holding their own, and I said that to you. But Disney World, you know, if you want to make a good impression, you want to fix things, they're just not fixing it. Now, you have Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. That is also happening down there. And, you know, that's always a big event. I mean, I've been to it myself. It's a wonderful thing. My husband always would like to try to go back there one more time for Christmas. Maybe next year, who knows. However, Jollywood Nights, I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know who thought of, hey, you know what, we should stick a party in that park. I think they could have did it more maybe at Epcot, because you have all the different countries. You could have did, you know, I mean, you're doing Christmas over there anyway now. Everything is all Christmas, but you could have did something a little bit better. Reservations for the restaurant for Brown Derby were kind of like a mess, because people were either waiting too long for their reservation after being told that your reservation will be available in like 10 minutes. My friend, I had one friend down there, she waited literally almost 2 hours, which stopped her from doing the 2 stage shows that were available. One is the, it's a holiday Christmas show. It lasted about 30 minutes. It had Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy and Mickey and Minnie, and Belle came out and sang a solo number, and it was just a bunch of dancing and a nice fluff. That lasted 30 minutes, but these things had to be timed. Now, this whole party, this whole event took about maybe 5 hours, okay? It was on until past 12 midnight. And for that, you only had a certain amount of things to do. You did have rides if you wanted to do. I mean, Tower of Terror was like a 15-minute wait. I did not see no lines for Tower of Terror. Everybody was busy standing online or waiting for a food reservation to go in and eat, or they were waiting, trying to make it to a stage show. And the fact that a friend of mine waited over 40 minutes for a friggin' sugar cookie was, I says, you're an idiot. I said, no, for nothing. You really are an idiot. I said, that is like 40 minutes of your life you'll never get back for the sugar cookie. And the sugar cookie sucked, which was the Gertie Christmas sugar cookie. And the fact that, speaking of very Merry Christmas party, you have the stations that give out hot chocolate and a cookie. Also, they have special cookies. This party had nothing. And you had to pay for that friggin' cookie. She paid close to $6 for that cookie. You waited that long. You paid money for that cookie. And you didn't like it anyway. I said, there's 3 strikes against you right there. You're an idiot. I just point blank told her. The fact that the Brown Derby, people had to wait for the reservations. By the time you got into the reservation and you sat down, it took long to order your food, to get your food, and then to get your freaking check. So the one person, which was on the vlogger that I've been watching, he says by the time, we all sat down, he says, when I made the reservation, because he had a baby with him, he said, I made a reservation to have a booster seat. He says, when we got in there, and I thought this was real interesting, when we got in there, they couldn't give me a booster seat. He says, but that was on my reservation. This is what I requested. So right there, that was a downfall. They couldn't give him a booster seat. Are you kidding me? Something was like way, way off with this thing. Nobody had their act together. As usually, Disney doesn't have their act together anymore. So by the time they got the food was mediocre to not great at all. For the price that you paid for it, there wasn't a very good selection. And he says, what I wanted to do was literally ask for the check as soon as they brought me the food. He says, because I knew I was going to have a problem with that. And sure enough, he says, we had to, say, could you please give us the check now? By the time, he says, we got out of there, we were missing the stage shows. We were missing the time for the stage shows. And he says, either you do one thing and you miss out on something else, or you do that thing and then you miss it. He says, either way, there seemed to be a lot to do, but then there wasn't a lot to do. And you were in there 5 hours. Now, the Tip Top Club situation, which was in front of Tower of Terror, actually, it was not in front of the Tower of Terror. It was in front of the Tower of Terror gift shop in the courtyard, where the bathrooms are, where the coffee station is. You know that place when you come out of Tower of Terror gift shop? They have the benches there to sit down. And you have you can get yourself a cup of coffee. I've done that numerous times when my husband goes on Tower of Terror. I walk through the gift shop, come out of the gift shop, and I'm sitting in the courtyard having a cup of coffee. This is where the Tip Top Club situation came in. They had a wonderful singer with I think it was like a 3-piece band. She was dressed to, the theme was, she was really good because she sang beautiful. It's doing Christmas songs and everything. She had a great voice. And she was dressed in like the 1930s attire, like she just stepped out of Tower of Terror, which was awesome. She understood the assignment. But the coffee station, that's where the bar was. And that's where the Tip Top Club situation was. Now, if Disney, I'm going to suggest something to you. If you really wanted to impress, if you really wanted to do something nice, you could have roped off certain parts of the inside of the Tower of Terror in the lobby where everybody goes in to start waiting. You see the lobby view. You're in the lobby of the Tower of Terror. Why didn't you have the Tip Top Club situation there? You could have roped off certain areas to where people didn't have to go. You could have put the band there. You could have put the bar. Maybe you could have set the bar up where the check-in and check-out desk is. Why didn't you do that? What? Leave it to me to come up with something like that. Why didn't you do that? That would have been an awesome theme. That would have been cool. That would have been tip-top club shape. But instead, you had it out in the courtyard, okay? I don't even know if any of the other rides were working. Nobody even mentioned doing any of the other rides. They stayed in that area where the party was happening. So it was crazy. Was the other part cut off? I have no idea. Nobody mentioned anything about going to Toy Story Land. I think all those areas were basically blocked off. Nobody discussed going to any of those areas. It was weird. But anyhow, I sat and watched 4 videos in their entirety. Paige and Mr. Morrow, JoJo's World, Diz Unlimited, and Kevin Heimbeck. And I'm gonna put some of the links in the comment section below, so this way you guys can see it for yourself. All in all, the party sucked. To make matters worse, the big-ass fireworks show, which really wasn't a big fireworks show, that sucked too. Where they had that projected, they could have used the Tower of Terror to project off of that. They could have used that strip. It would have been nice to do that, to put the fireworks. You know where they put the fireworks? In front of Mickey and Minnie's Railway. They put it in back of them. And to make matters even worse, they did a little projection thing to end the friggin' night right here. It poured rain for the last hour of the party. So everybody paid, what, close to $170 for that? First impressions, you blew it. You bombed out, Disney. You could have done something so much different. This seemed to be thrown together. I think Martha Stewart could have had a better job preparing for this party. She could have probably made a better event. You guys need to really hire a party planner or something, because you guys just forget it. It's over. Anyway, I'm going to end with that now. I'm going to post certain videos in my comments. I want you guys to have a look at it. What are your views on it? Let me know. I had a few friends that went, and it was just blah, blah. They're sorry they went. So you can't get back a first impression. You know, I heard people saying, well, you know what, maybe the next part, maybe I can go to, I'm going to try it again to another party. Maybe this one they needed to get it off the ground. You know what? You had one shot to make a first impression. You don't get a second shot at that. So Disney, you blew it. As I figured that just would. As everything else is going in your lives right now. So that's it on that one. Okay, people, have a happy Monday. Have a great day. If you go out there, be safe. Love to all. Again, I'm going to leave some of the videos in my comments. Check them out if you want. Let me know your views on it. Did you guys go to the party? What did you experience? Because all four of them experienced the same thing. And for vloggers not to lie, they were totally honest, and I respected that. You can't lie of something like that. You just can't say something's great if it's really not. Just stop saying that. Stop lying to yourself. And for God's sake, stop lying to everybody else, because it's all on camera. All right, people. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Have a great Monday. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.